Hey everybody, it's Tamika, and yesterday I posted on Facebook some flowers. I've been playing around. I had a few hours to myself, and I decided to sit down and try to do some flowers that I'd seen on YouTube that I really wanted to make, or that I had in my stash that I didn't want to repurchase and I thought that I could make them. So when I posted that on Facebook, several people had asked for a tutorial, and I told them that, you know, I got all these from YouTube, or either I dissected, you know, the flower and did it, but most of them your tutorials are on YouTube. So it was suggested by a couple people that you know, instead of me, I can show you the flowers and then put the link in the description box, which I will put the original videos of all the flowers that I have got the tutorial from on YouTube in the description box, so check there. But they just was like, you know, can you just do one big one? That way we can have one reference. I'm not taking any credit from anyone else because I learned these by several people on YouTube. This first one is Miss Vicky Flower, and I will, like I said, I'll put the link to the description box to all of everyone's videos. But we'll be making this one just so you can have a point of reference to make, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different flowers. Okay, so we're doing the Miss Vicky Puffy Flower. Also doing, gosh, I can't think of her name, but she does fabulous. A Little Shabby Chic is her YouTube channel, so we'll be doing this one as well. And these Prima flowers, I love these, really cute. Vivian Elizabeth, there we go. So these are the flowers that we'll be making. Very cute. And these also came from a Recollections pack a while ago that I had, and I made several of these, so we'll be making these as well. And then finally, this is from Michael's, the paper. I love this paper collection, but they're just paper flower roses, so I will show you how to use that, how to do that. So here we go. The first one that we'll be working on is this pack here. And it's a fabric flower. It's made out of lace, and I'm just going to use some black lace. I have several different colors in here. I have 2 reds, a green, orange, a turquoise, and a brown, and I just use a ribbon buckle and a coordinating brad or flatback pearl for these. So you can sew these, which is what I did for this one here. Let me just take it out of the package. I like to keep these in packages and keep them with my regular flowers so that I don't lose them, or, you know, they don't get missed. This is the flower that I did, that I stitched, which, you know, it goes a lot faster if you hot glue them. So you can do either, whichever you have time for, but I found a quicker way. I'm going to do it that way. I have a 1/2 inch punch by EK Success, and I just have some regular cardstock. I'm going to punch a hole. Just need one. And I don't cut the ribbon too much. I'll just cut a piece at the end, like when it's done. So all you need is your glue gun, and you really just want to add a little glue to start you off around the edge, and then lay your lace down just like that. And then you're just going to keep going in increments around the circle. And you can make this as big or as small as you want. I made them small because that's how they were in the Recollections brand. But all you want to do is just pleat the lace in the circle all the way around. You don't want to go in a full circle because it'll stretch and it won't look right. It'll just be pulled around. So you just want to keep going in a circle. Really easy. So you just want to pleat it around and around. Just fold it back and push down. Fold it back, push down. We're going to do this around the first, and then we'll roll over and go a second row. And my glue gun is not high. It says high temp, but it's not. Either it's not hot, or I'm used to burning my thumbs that I don't feel it. So either way. So now I'm just going to go over the top of the lace that I just laid down, and continue to pleat. And we're almost done. I just like to do in smaller increments because the glue dries fast and I don't want to rush. And this is the last. That's the last of it. So I'm going to continue to fold back to pleat. Fold it back. And I use one thumb to push back and one thumb to hold it while I move to the next row. So I'm going to hold that there for 1 second. Take my scissors and cut off the extra. So this is what we have. Very, very cute, simple. Cut off that extra piece. Now you could use a brad, you could use whatever blingy piece you want to put in the center. I'm just going to do something really simple, and I'm going to use a ribbon buckle and a flat back pearl, and I just add glue around the middle frame and the outer frame of the ribbon buckle. Set that there and hold it, and then I just add a little bit. Oh, I'll pick that one up later. And add a little bit to this flat back pearl and add that to the center. And hold it. Get the glue strings away. There we go. There is our first flower. Alright, I'm going to clear this off and we'll move on to number 2. Okay, I went back over and watched that and my hand was in the way, but I hope you guys got to understand about the folding over and the pleating of the flower. So I apologize. I'll try to maybe stand up or make sure my hands aren't in the way as much. So the next flower we're working on is this one, and it's a dupe of this pack, which I really, really like. These colors, and so I found a easy way to duplicate it. This is not, I didn't find this on a tutorial. I just took one of the flowers apart and then I put it back together. So I cut out those pieces. Now you could use any flower punch for this, but it just has to be 5 petals. You'll need a thick foam or a mouse pad or something to roll the petals with. These are the ones that I have so far. I'm going to make 4, put them in my little pack, and I think they turned out really, really cute. I did spray them to get them a little bit more, to manipulate them a little better with some of, it's just warm water and it's a tiny bit of shimmer. But it's only because this, I use a bottle that has shimmer in it. But warm water will do fine, alcohol, whichever you want, whatever you want to wet your paper. So you'll need the foam. You need something to round your paper with, so you could use this. I get these from Joann's. I find it better to use my Uniball pen. It's a rounded edge and I can grip it a little better. So whatever you want to use. Some people use the bottom of a paintbrush, a lot of things. So you'll need 5 petal flowers, and these are the flowers that I'm using. You can use, like I said, you can use an SVG file. You can cut them out by hand. If you just Google search for images 5 petal flower, you can usually find several different options where you can cut them out, or you can just freehand cut if you're able to do that. But these are cut at, 2 of these are cut at 1 3/4. So 2 flowers at 1 3/4 inch. And then I have 1 flower at 1 1/2 inches. And then I have 2 smaller flowers at 1 1/4 inch. And that is exactly the ones that are measured, I measured on here. Also, you'll need some type of punch, or if you want to just freehand a star, I'm going to use my Marvy star punch. And I'm also going to grab some just some pattern, some blank paper. This looks closely to the green that's in the leaf, just leaf paper. And then you'll need a center. I'm going to use my little bag of pearls there. So I am just going to quickly give these a mist in my homemade mist box. It's just a shoe box with a piece of black folder paper in there. And here's my water. Just enough to get them just a little damp. And all you want to do is, because you want to use your mat, just press this in and bring it down. That's all you have to do. You can round if you want to do extra, but I find that hurts my wrists a lot easier. So I just literally press down and roll it to the center. And that's it. I like to give it one big dig at the end. So you just need to do that to all 5 petals. Press down, roll in the center. Hopefully you can see this a little better, but if you can't see it, just listen to my voice. Press down at the tip of the petal, roll to the center. Tip of the petal, press down, roll to the center, and then I just give it a dig in the middle at the end just to make a cup. And then I'm going to cut out or punch out a star. And I'm going to roll the ends of that just lightly. You really just have to just go over them a little light. And then the center. And from this point on, you're just gluing. So I'm going to start with my bottom layer. Flatten it out just a little. And then, so the ones are the 2 sizes that are alike. You want to layer them on top of each other. And you want to off center. So I'll bring this so you can see. You want to off center your flower. You don't want them lined straight up. This is what it looks like when you line them straight up. Which is cool, it's fine, but I like them better when they're off center, which is how the original is done. I just missed that the first time. So you just want to layer according to size and press in the center. I'm just adding the glue dot, one tiny dot to the middle at the bottom, and then I press it off center in the base of the flower. And then this last one, done. And then I flip over the back and add my star to the back. And this flower looks like it's kind of just beginning to bloom, kind of on the original. So after I cup it, I do like to press it down a little bit. I'm just going to add one little pearl bead, add some glue dot to the center, and put it in there and press it down. So see how easy that was? Very cute. And then like I said, I keep them on so I can put them in my packs of flowers. I just have a pop dot that I got from Scrappy Land, a foam dot. Press it on there so it can stay on the flower. And then that's it. I just package them up and put them in my flower stash. Isn't it cute? Second flower down. Let's clean this up and I'll be back. Okay guys, the third flower is the one we're going to do is this Recollections brand. This is where I got the original inspiration from, and they use different pattern papers, which I love it. It's an easy way to embellish whatever project you're doing, is to use the same flower from the collection, but now you can make your own. So of course you can make these any size that you want. If you have a 6-petal flower punch or an SVG file or some type of cutting file that you can use to cut out a 6-petal flower. I today am using the Tim Holtz Alterations die. It's Tim Holtz Alterations Tattered Florals. Hope you can see that, by Sizzix. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 flowers. So right across from this large flower is this 6-petal flower that I'm using. And I've already cut it out just to save time. And then to save paper, because I'm using scraps for all these flowers, I have this Graphic 45 paper collection. Can't think of it right now. A Secret Garden. And all I have to do is cut out 5 at 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And you stack them on top. They fit perfectly. If you can squeeze in a 2-inch by 2-inch, then you can get you know, the most out of your 8 by 8 pad. But I cut them out because I seem to always nick the end of my flower. So I cut them out at 2 1/4 square, and I put them in there 5, stack them up in 5, and they all come out perfectly. So just a little tip for you. When you get your flowers, they do have a little cut here, but you want to make another slit. And I'm actually going to move closer to the camera. You guys can see. Okay. You see they already have a slit, but you want to make the slit deeper. So you could imagine a circle in the middle. You want to leave like a little circle here, so you don't want to go too deep. So just cut a little slit, and I'm going to cut one. So you want to cut a little triangle. You know what? I can only do 3 at a time. Okay. So you want to cut a little slit, and you're just going to make a tiny, tiny, skinny little triangle. You see that little bitty piece there? That's all we're cutting out, just to make the slit. The slit's a little deeper. So try to go, you know, where the cuts already are, but it really doesn't matter because you won't see them anyway. See? I'm just cutting just a tiny bit. So I'm going to do one more, then I'm going to go back to my little spot over here. Tiny triangular slit. I'm going to do the other 2 here, just really quick. And then you'll need your phone or whatever, your mouse pad or whatever it is that you're using. And then your rounded ball tip. On this particular one, I'm going to use this one that I got from Joann's. It's a Palmer clay tool. Oh, I forgot to show you what the end result flowers look like. This is what they look like. Cute. And the originals. Of course, there's a lot smaller, but I have enough of these small ones. I like the bigger ones on here. And I just use different double-sided. Double-sided paper works best. I mean, because you know the bottom of your flower coordinates and everything, and it looks perfectly. And they are sparkly. I don't know if you can see all the shine, but I sprayed them and then I added some glitter. So I'll be doing that today to finish my complete glittered set here. And I'll show you how to do that. So I'm also going to use my little water bottle and my makeshift spray container. And I put my flowers in and mist them. You just want to mist one side. You don't want to get them too wet, just enough. And my sprayer is not spraying out as much. It looks like I'm spraying a lot, but I'm not. So I'm going to take my roller, or you know, whatever you're using, and the first one, same thing I did with the previous flower. You want to dip in and pull back. Only on this one, you want to try to dip in a little bit more. So that's why I like this one, because I can grip it. Otherwise my hand hurts. But it's easy to manipulate and get that good deep set dip when it's wet. So all I have to do is take the flower, roll it in, and of course pull it back, because you want that nice deep cup. Okay? And I'm going to roll in the center, and then I'll flip it over, and right in the center of it, a nice little circle. Of course you can do it this way, but I like to manhandle it a little bit. And you set that aside, and you will continue to do that with all the flowers. So I'm just gonna get my cup set here and just roll it in the middle. Flip it over, and be careful because this is still wet, not to mess up what you already did, and get the deep cup. So that's why it's good that it's wet. So same thing here. You just want to do this to all of the petals. And then flip it over and get the middle. Nice and good. Nice cup. Now these last two, you don't want to flip over. You just want to make the cup. Make a good cup, because these last two will be your buds. Or two of them. Any two that you pick. If you don't like the pattern that you cut out on certain ones, I'd use those for the buds. So you just want to get in here in the center really good. So, because you're going to roll these up, these upwards, and these will be your buds, like I said. Okay. And then the last one. I'm going to get this cup going. And remember, on these last two, we don't flip over. So, all right. Okay. Now, for this part, the tutorial, if you link below, for the lady that does this, she does individual petals. I find it easier because my flower is super huge. I don't need a really, really tiny bud because she's doing smaller flowers, or she's making the bud smaller. I like mine to be open a little bit. So I'm just going to maneuver it. That's why I like it when it's wet. Maneuver it till it gets to, like, fold the papers in, just like that, till it gets to, just keep rolling it around your fingers until it gets to a like a bud shape. Just like that. I don't like it really, really tight. So once I've figured that out, I just peel back one of the outer flowers. I'm going to move my glue gun over here a bit. I peel back one of the outer flowers, and at the very base, I just put a dab of glue and bring that in and just hold it. Just keep rotating it like so. See where it's open at? See this little lip out here? You can see. You can leave it like that, but I'm gonna close this tiny little gap on the end at the very, always add the glue to the very bottom, and you just need a touch just to keep it closed. So just hold it for a second, and when you can hold it and it doesn't come apart, then it's pretty much done. So you want to take the bottom, add some glue to the bottom, and then grab your second cupped flower, the one you did not flip open, flip over and do the other stuff too. You want to set that in the center, off center, just like that, and do the same thing with the cupping. So it looks like a little cabbage to me. So once you got the desired cup, it doesn't take a long time. Add a little glue to the bottom, close up your cup. Just keep it in the circle. Don't try not to press it to crease it at all. See this little flap here is open right there? Just gonna add a tiny bit of glue to the bottom, and I mean a little tiny dot, just like that, and hold it. And then my finger is stuck on there, but see, it doesn't open anymore. So that's all we want. That's how we want it. Okay? So now at this point, I'm just going to make sure I got a flat bottom. At this point, I'm going to add glue to the bottom and off-center it into another flower. Just find a petal and then just off-center it. Sit it right there in the middle of the flower and hold it. Now, when you're doing this part, you don't want to add glue to these top edges because it'll look ugly. It won't open like you want it to open. So fold it back, you know, be gentle, but fold it back a little bit and just get the base, very bottom base, and then just hold the base part of where you put the flower. Don't mess up your cup, basically. Don't mess up your cup. And I'm holding this lightly. Look like I'm pressing down, but I'm holding that lightly just to be able to hold that flower. So I take this finger and I just hold it while I move to the next petal. Add a tiny dot of glue at the base, and I hold it and turn it. Use that finger to hold that to dry. And I do the same thing. Set it with that one, hold it with the second. And I just keep going around. Set it with that one, hold it with the second. Fold the petal out, dot at the bottom, set it with that one, hold it with the second one. You guys get it. Dot the bottom, hold it, and set it. It's turning out so cute. I love it. Now the next one, same thing. You want to add glue to the bottom. Make sure your petals are offset, off-centered, right there. I hope it's even. I can't see because I'm facing you guys, but off-center. And then you want to do the exact same thing. Hold it to set, hold it with the other finger. Before you know it, you have 10 of these done. Drop it at the bottom and turn it. As the flour gets fuller, or the more you add, the lower the glue dots will appear. So you just want to make sure you don't go towards the cup. Stay away from the cup of the petal, because you can see your glue after that point. Okay, I did that one already. That went fast. Okay, and then the final one, dot of glue at the bottom. Offset the petals like so. Hold that there. And you can leave that like that if you like it, because that looks fine, but I like to finish it off just in case. Hold it to set. So you just need a really tiny dot at the bottom. I'm going to skip that one because that had a little glue on it from me setting the flour in the base, so it was holding pretty fine. And that's fine too. So that's your flour, guys. I am going to again, use my punch. I've already cut out a flour, and I did not, let me just stress it a little bit. Just run it over with my ball. I'm going to add a dot of glue to the center, and then add my flour to the back. Cute. Now let me show you quick how I do my glue. I use this Elmer's Craft Bond. It's spray adhesive, and I literally just take my flour, put it on top of a scratch sheet of paper, and me get all the glue strings away, and then I just spray like a couple times, just little short spurts, just 1, 2. That's all we need, because I don't want this to be doused in glitter. And then I sprinkle the fairy dust on here. Okay, and I turn it over, tap the excess out, and there we have it. Glitter, glitter, glitter. Love it. So I'm going to save that. And then at the bottom, I'm not going to use a glue dot for these because they're already very, very tall. I want to be able to fit them in the bag. I just add the tiniest dot of glue. You can barely see it, just to hold this flour on here. Boom. There we go. There's my glittered set, ready to use on some cards. And then I just got some of these bags. I get these bags off of eBay and Etsy, depending on if one person has it and one doesn't. And then I just set it in here and put them in my flour stash. Alright guys, let's go to flour number 4.